Thank you all for participating in the 12th annual Gingerbread Build at Home event with an online live awards ceremony. I am Megan McDonough, Pioneer Valley Habitat's Executive Director and a longtime fan of Gingerbread Build. A lot of crazy, creative, and fun photos have been pouring in over the past couple of days. I hope you were able to look through them on our Facebook gallery, and we will post the link in the chat at the end of the ceremony in case you want to take another look. I know you are all eagerly anticipating the announcement of this year's winners, as am I. I am as much in the dark as you are, so I get to be surprised as well. So we'll get to that in just one moment. But the reason we do this event is that it's an important component to Pioneer Valley Habitat's fundraising efforts. And I'd like to acknowledge the many individuals, banks, and businesses that stepped forward this year to give the event a strong financial foundation. You will see them here on your screen, and please consider supporting them with your business and thanking them when you see them. We are so lucky to live and work in such a generous community. So just to shout out a few of them, we've got the River Valley Co-op year after year, providing the gingerbread kits and space to distribute them. People's Bank, Dietz and Company, Legacy Counselors, Wright Builders, Applied Mortgage, Harbor One, Bank ESB, Freedom Credit Union, Greenfield Northampton Cooperative Bank, Kohl's Building Supply, UMass 5 College Federal Credit Union, DeLapp Real Estate, Integrity Development and Construction, Kiter Corporation, Broadsides Books, and the Valley Housing Consultants. We are also very grateful to the Northampton Arts Council for their generous donation of First Night buttons, Collective Copies, and the Daily Hampshire Gazette for their discounts towards marketing materials, and Habitat Friends, Aaron and Brenda Cook for their event sponsorship. I guess this is where we do a round of applause if we could. So, thank you for the virtual applause there, Peter. Uh, so that's a little bit about our supporters, but the reason that we're doing this is really all about the Habitat experience. I'd like to take a moment to share a little bit of that with you. Two families are busy building their future homes in Northampton and Greenfield, alongside dozens of community volunteers. Some of you on the call today have been on the Habitat worksite before, and you've measured and cut and hammered and painted alongside the person or people who will be purchasing the home when it's finished. Maybe you were one of the lucky ones who worked under blue skies. Maybe you're one of those hardcore helpers who toughed out a cold, wintry day. Whether you've been to a Habitat worksite on your own tabletop or with your gingerbread, creating little mini architectural masterpieces, or you're supporting the building of real homes for real families here in the Valley. Both the hammer swinging and the gumdrops help our work. You are building strength, stability, and self-sufficiency alongside families with low income in our community who are ready to cross this threshold into first-time home ownership. Thank you. The need is great and your support is critical. And now the moment that we've all been waiting for. Before the ceremony begins, 3 celebrity judges pored over the photos you sent in, and then for the last hour met to deliberate and finalize their collective decision on winners in each of this year's categories. 2 of our judges are unable to be with us for the award ceremony, but we'd like to tell you about each of them and thank them for their time. Starting with Peter Jessup, retired design builder and founder of Integrity Development and Construction. His busy retirement has included coming out of retirement to help nonprofit organizations he loves, biking and hiking. He's a former Pioneer Valley Habitat board member and president, and has brought both a discerning eye and his unique sense of humor to many a gingerbread build bench. Welcome back, Peter. Peter will be announcing the awards on behalf of his fellow judges. I probably don't need to tell you that Jim Olson, our next judge, has unleashed his creative genius on the Valley scene for years as the co-creator of Signature Sounds record label, the founder and director of the Green River and Back Porch Festivals, and host of the Sunday morning Back Porch Show on local radio station WRSI The River. Jim, too, is a veteran gingerbread build judge, returning after a hiatus of a few years because he just couldn't stay away. We're glad you're back. Many of you may also know Peter Langlois as the owner of the popular Smithsonian restaurant in Hatfield. Or maybe you know him as the mastermind behind the participation of an impressive array of local restaurants at Pioneer Valley Habitat's Feast fundraiser. Today, Peter adds his discriminating and experienced eye to selecting from among this competitive group of tabletop architectural offerings. Welcome to our first-time judge, Peter. A big thank you to all three of the judges. And now let's get right to announcing the winners. I will hand it over to Peter to share with us their binding decisions. We will do our best to show each winning entry as they are announced. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. It's a pleasure for me to be here once again. I'm not sure I have 12 consecutive years, but I'm guessing that I have 8 out of 12 in the hopper. So I've gotten used to seeing the incredible creativity and the beauty of some of these creations over the years, and I enjoy this every time. So originally, the celebrity judges were going to be myself, Ben Affleck, and Matt Damon, but I couldn't persuade those two guys to come at this particular time. So we have a great selection. I'm honored to be in the same mentioned in the same breath as Jim and Peter. So thank you for having me, and I look forward to announcing the winners, which is I think what's left for me to do today. So if I could have the envelope, please. Thank you. These have been certified by the CPA firm of Price Waterhouse. And with all that, I now have the list in front of me. So we were very impressed by the creativity and some of the submissions were just incredible. We're sorry that we can't award every single person an award, but we definitely do appreciate your participation on every level, and thank you for your support of Habitat for Humanity. It's an organization that's been doing great work for many, many years here in the Valley, but also across the country and really worldwide in helping people come to a decent and affordable place to live. So thank you, Megan and Amy and Dion and the rest of the staff, Jess, for all the work that you do. If I've left anybody out, forgive me, but thank you for all the work that you do to make this possible. Not just the gingerbread build, but the work you do to make Habitat happen every day of the week. We appreciate it and thank you. So, with that said, I'm going to go first to the first category. And here we go. The award for the most creative use of color goes to Ginger House Labs. Let us sing together, sing a song. Let us sing together a song from the heart of the universe. They modeled their gingerbread build off of the idea was that this is something that you might see on the Amalfi Coast. I've never been there, but I've seen pictures of it, and we were quite enamored of the great use of color and the very whimsical use of gingerbread to represent what their vision of the Amalfi Coast in Italy. So congratulations to Ginger House Lab and their creation. Um, well done. The award for cinematic masterpiece goes to the Goldenrod gang for their Titanic. We had a number of entries that made a nod to the cinema, and we were we were all impressed, I think, by the unusual nature of this gingerbread. Clearly was in this category of cinematic. We hope they weren't suggesting that the Titanic was any place that people would actually want to live, but we were very impressed. We were very impressed by the nod to the movie here and taking their gingerbread house to the depths of the ocean um to amuse us. So congratulations to the Goldenrod gang for their nod to cinematic masterpiece. The next category was for Yes Farms, Yes Food, and the award goes to Coon Riddle 2 for their Living on the Farm, which is a very nicely nicely detailed small farm, um, which we see some of here in the valley, but it's really very beautifully detailed and thatched roof. Looks like it could be a small, perhaps English, could be a small English plot. They've got the gardens growing, and we were very impressed by the again by the detailing in this. And congratulations to Coon Riddle two, number two, for their Living on the Farm. The award for best landmark likeness, we had a number in this category, and the award is made to the Bertrand Team Bertrand for their Dickinson house of a, while perhaps not absolutely not absolutely accurate in terms of its representation, it certainly has the feel of a delightful old New England homestead. And most of us in the Amherst area would pretty much easily be able to identify this as the Dickinson homestead. So congratulations to the Bertrand team for their submission of that winning entry. The award for music to our ears goes to Cole's Building Supply and their Mill River Music Fest. They created a mythical. I don't actually believe there's such a thing as the Mill River Music Fest, but it may live in someone's imagination, and who knows? Maybe next summer at the Mill River Recreation Area, there may in fact be a Mill River Music Fest. We should see if Jim wants to get involved in that. But we thought the it was just very clever and it was very musically oriented. They've got band with guitar and drums, and it just, I mean, I think that might be, I'm not sure if that's Janis Joplin as the lead singer or not, but they really did a great job. They've got all of the people sitting on the lawn listening to music. So congratulations to Cole's Building Supply for their winning entry. The award for Around the World in Cookie Days goes to Professors of Domestic Creations. They were a group that gave us um, gave us the NASA satellites and the space shuttle and the a globe of the well, at least a half a hemisphere of the Earth, as well as people in canoes and sailboats, and it was kind of a tour around the world, and we were impressed by the various ways in which they captured the around the world theme. So congratulations to Professors of Domestic Creations. And the award for most outlandish goes to Dietz and Company Architects. They are a perennial entrant and supporter of habitat. And once again this year, they've outdone themselves. They've outdone themselves with a full-scale model train set, which actually has the train going underneath the tunnel in a mountain. So obvious that a tremendous amount of work went into this outlandish entry, and we congratulate them. They're skiers on the slopes, and they did a bang up job creating this over the top entry. So congratulations to Dietz and Company. And that closes out the categories that were set up for the gingerbread build. And each judge was also able to make an honorable mention choice for a gingerbread structure that didn't win one of the other categories, but that caught our fancy. So each of the judges made their own judges selection. So my judges award goes to DeLapp and Company. There's no place like home. This was a strong contender, strong contender in the cinematic masterpiece category, but unfortunately, we we leaned towards the Titanic, and we were very impressed by not only the beauty and detailing that went into the representation of the Wizard of Oz, but how they tied it into a habitat theme. There's no place like home because indeed that could be one of the mottos of Habitat. So congratulations to DeLapp and Company for their winning of my Judges Award. Jim's award goes to Coon Riddle Three's Party in Paradise. And Jim loved the whimsical nature of the colors in this. It looked like it could be something set in the Caribbean someplace, but a very delightful winning entry for Jim's Judges Award. So congratulations to Coon Riddle Three's Party in Paradise. And finally, Peter's award, Peter L., his award goes to legacy counselors. And many of us were impressed. Many of us were impressed by this mountainside ski top chalet with real skiers coming down the slope and a looks like a tow rope made probably from licorice, I gather, but just a very, very creative entry. And congratulations to them for their winning judges award from Judge Peter. So I think that closes out the entries. I want to congratulate all of the participants. We had some incredible entries to review and look at, and we were so delighted to have everyone participate. And we hope that we will see you back here next year doing the same thing. So without further ado, I will turn it back over to Megan to, I guess, close out things or to continue the awards ceremony.
Thank you, Peter. Those really are some impressive gingerbread houses. I get to share the fundraising totals. So this year was Pioneer Valley Habitat for Humanity's 35th anniversary, and a generous gingerbread build friend challenged the teams to raise more money by offering a match dollar for dollar up to $3,500 collectively raised. Well, we have some good news. You did it abundantly. And in addition to dreaming up gingerbread houses and assembling them, a number of participants raised additional funds to support Habitat's real-world home building efforts. And together, you more than matched our anonymous donors offer. Team fundraising with the match totaled $10,254. Thank you to everyone who engaged in fun and innovative fundraising activities and for going the extra mile. The deadline for submitting your funds for fundraising award was yesterday at noon, and the award for the team that had the greatest number of donations as of noon yesterday goes to Charlie's Angels with 33 contributors. Thank you so much for gathering so many people around this cause. And the award for the team that raised the most money, it also goes to Charlie's Angels. Apparently, more donors means more money. Thank you for raising $2,934. Thank you, Charlie and Company, for your determined fundraising efforts on Habitat's behalf. And because there was a second heroic effort in the fundraising arena, we are issuing a runner-up acknowledgement to Team DeLapp, who raised $2,609 from 30 donors. That was a close competition. Thanks to longtime Gingerbread Build supporters, DeLapp Real Estate. Everyone's efforts together, from sponsors to team registrations to extra fundraising, have brought in a total of $27,035 for the 12th anniversary gingerbread build. This is real money to help build real houses with real families here in Franklin and Hampshire counties. And if you'd like to see that number go higher, we are adding a link in the chat to the gingerbread build donations page. So a big round of applause to everyone here and for those who couldn't be here for this great team effort. We will be in touch with all the winners to get you your certificates and prizes, and all winning teams will receive 4 buttons for First Night Northampton, and the winners in our fundraising award categories will also receive a $100 Northampton gift card. So that brings us to the end of the 2024 Gingerbread Build Award ceremony, but certainly not to the end of Habitat's work to increase opportunities for affordable home ownership for all families in Hampshire and Franklin counties. We're building in Northampton and Greenfield through this winter and into the spring, and we'll be building elsewhere in those 2 cities after that. We hope you might come out and swing a hammer, or maybe a paintbrush, or maybe you want to support the crews with some treats or hot drinks on the construction site. Not neither of those. Well, we also have committees, so you can help us support families that way, or find land to make the magic of fundraising happen. There's so many different ways that you can get involved. Sign up for an orientation and get started today. Get in touch with Deani, our community engagement coordinator, and we'll get you connected to the right volunteering opportunity. All of us at Pioneer Valley Habitat wish you and your family peace and good health this holiday season. Thank you for all that you do.